Alright, here are clocks here. Next, here goes transgender hate mail, homosexual hate mail, atheist hate mail. Basically, me reacting to a bunch of screen caps on YouTube and DeviantArt that are comments that are responsive comments. I made against these deviant lifestyles and a few other things. Trigger warning. If you don't like what I'm saying, go ahead, click off the video. Do not go watch something else. Do not like there's hate speech in my videos because there is no hate speech in my videos. It's speech hate. That's a different story. Let's continue on. People getting things wrong in these comment sections and me getting, trying to shut you out with Bible versus basic biology. I think they're getting ticked off about that. Yeah, so it's on Halo Infinite crappy DLC hate mail. And someone basically, it was a video I think a few years ago. There, someone was like, "There's something new coming out for Halo Infinite," and I was like, "Oh, cool! It was DLC for Halo Infinite." I was like, "Oh, cool!" I said, "That's a new campaign, right?" And then someone in the comment section said, "343 says." A thumbs up. It got 2 likes. And someone says, "I don't think it'd be 343 laughing considering it was Microsoft that laid off the company campaign team." A thumbs up too. And so it's a lol no to somebody else. I say, "Well, that was a bad idea." And so it's unless they promise campaign DLC, y'all just setting yourself up. Long live but come on, man. 2 maps and a gun. You're laughing to your cry emoji. Rolling around, thumbs up. So there's way more than that. And then someone says, I thought it was a laughing face, sarcasm, but I guess it was wrong. F this game. Even my 5-year-old's over it. I don't guess I can read that word. Let's see here. And then someone says, then go play something else instead of, whining. B word that means weak. B word that means female. B word that means slaving. And whining. And in the comments say, it's y'all be on some crappy. Y'all don't claim you don't like. But yeah, it's important to talk about this stuff. There should have been way more Halos. There should have been a Justice League game made by Rocksteady by now. All kind of stuff that should be around, but isn't because some people are being losers and doing things wrong in life. Life service bullcrap, DLC, not the DLC, DEI bullcrap. Messing around, doing all kinds of stupid stuff, and it's messing up gaming. And I'm very glad we're fighting against that stuff. So let's go. Someone says, "Happy Trans Day of Visibility." The Happy Trans Day of Visibility comments, right? That's after the Halo Infinite crappy DLC. Hey, Billy, okay, good. Happy Trans Day of Visibility comments, part 1. And I say, yes, all of your attempts to lie about and hide your biological sex fail. Then someone says, nobody was lying about their biological sex, except for all people lying about their biological sex. Gender and sex are different. But then I say, then why say a person born with testicles is a woman and a person born with ovaries is a man? Those are lies. Science animations we try to find. And the girl says, man and woman refer to gender, identity, slang terms of sex. Male and female refer to sex. But of course, they're the same thing. Gender and sex are different, but they're about the same stuff. Someone may identify differently than their sex, but that's a lie. It's not lie about sex. Besides, unless you're checking what's in everyone's pants, and you probably won't buy a lot of trans people without even doing. Putting people down to their genitals is not only weird, but creepy, because of lies I was told. The source says, 100% right, 100% wrong. Look at any psychology textbook, and it says that sex is biologically determined, while gender is culturally, socially created, so it should be talking about sex. And that most of the world, for the psychology book textbook I have right next to me. Defender of animations. I say, interesting that you say I am creepy when you just confirm that they are lying. That is their disguise. That their disguise is so good that I may walk by without even noticing. Also, if gender identity has nothing to do with body, then why transition? Lie about your biological sex with pronouns instead of clothing? Why say that no one needs to say that no one needs to know? And the girl says, yeah, you're guys. So you're saying it's creepy that someone wishes to present how they feel comfortable through lies? Yes. Let's say it was considered lying. It is. Still, why is it your business? Because it's lies. Stop lying about biblical sex. Language of abomination to the Lord. They have to show yours the light. I'm a Christian. Christians are supposed to fight against lies or other things that sin in, those things that go like that. That's how it goes. What good does that actually do? They do that, their information, other than give you an excuse to treat them like crap. That's the issue. They think because people will know the truth, they'll treat them badly, which is stupid. If they do treat them badly, then that's on them. You're a black person, says somebody. So what? Nothing wrong with a black person. But lies about what black people have done. basically make people think that all white people do that stuff. That's prejudice and that's wrong. Same stuff. You're a man, like so what? You're a woman, so what? Yep. That's the issue with that. Like I said, people are for themselves and around other people. Not other people, except for I guess they do for other people. You have something about yourself that you hated and made you uncomfortable because it drew other people, and especially in your daily life, wouldn't you like to fix it? Yes, but you have to learn to live with it. These things save lives through lies. People end it all. How much time we got? Got time. Okay, got time. Let's see here. End it all over this stuff. If people like you make their lives harder, devote their time to hate on them, will only make it worse through truth. Through truth. Because you keep reminding them that they're lying. They should stop. But they don't want to stop because they're fully full of people's eyes. The people there, ignorant people are believing them, and you're ruining it. They're like, yeah, because that's wrong. Stop doing that. Lying away, right, go sex. And I say, actually, we save lives, Christians. The transgender way of life always leads to death because it's about trying to fix an internal problem, a person's thought process, with an external solution, lying about your radical sex. Trying to trick people into treating you like you want them to. If no aspect of your body causes you stress, you must learn to change the way you think about it so it doesn't anymore. And with God's help, it is possible. He made your body that way after all. Into that conversation, Harley picks up Batman picture 1, showing off how much the writers of Suicide Squad, just like a totally different team than the who made the Arkham series, hate Batman and want to make fun of him because they basically had Batman get draped over Harley Quinn's shoulder and show off so she could show off his butt, just like Batman draped Harley over his shoulder when it was Sefton Hill and Jimmy Walker and friends writing the story. So yeah, that was hilarious. Next, Hate Mail Part 1. Someone says, it's really odd to see you argue your point. I have to admit, says somebody. It's actually funny at times, too, because the lies are told. But you criticize people for just declaring that they are right and then do it yourself. Makes me laugh. But of course, I have actual facts on my side, so that's why. It's truly fascinating to see inside the mind of someone who is without doubt believes transgender people should not exist, or people like sex should not exist. They shouldn't be doing that. I guess the first point to work past is that a person is more than a walking set of testicles or ovaries. They are stop lying about your sex, which hasn't been development made by you, I suppose. The second answer to that would be that you can experience these people because they act to believe in a different manner than you, not you will want to prove some kind of valid points that I like, because that I'm right and you're wrong. Bye-bye. It only gets you so far. But why do you do that? I don't do that. I actually show trying to prove. You show people, other people say that I'm right and you're wrong. Bye-bye. That's what you do it. And in a way, if you future people as nothing but walking lies, people who are like, you spend your whole life paranoid that anyone you meet could be because we got a boogeyman. Or not. Stop lying about sex. I don't know. I always found it easier to accept people for who they want to be rather than what we tell them they will never be more than. And you respond to some Bible talk about how you're a righteous man doing God's work. I am. And you know what? It's crazy to me that this has happened multiple times throughout history and always ends badly for both sides, especially those against the instigators. Do I think I convince you to change your viewpoint? No. You've been doing this for over a year. I still can't say anything. It's just an antiquated viewpoint of truth. But if I can't change that, at least I hope to be able to give you some insight into what on the other side is to get you to think instead of blindly hate. Not blindly hating. Maybe even one day you can deliberately hate. You never know. I'm not blindly hating. I am deliberately hating. That stuff is bad news. It's basically like, if I hide, basically it's like if someone says, basically, no, I'm not one of those normal things. I'm not those things that you don't like, people. I'm something else. I'm something better than that, right? I'm like you, right? I'm good enough, right? For you shallow losers to like me, right? Right? That's basically what you're saying when you do that nasty stuff. Yep. I say, this is a blind hate of the transgender lifestyle. This is a informed hate of it. I see what it does to people, and I want you to stop it from killing anymore. The Bible has plenty of advice for that. Do not lie, Exodus 20:16. Do not covet, Exodus 20:17. You are fearfully and wonderfully made, Psalms 139:14. And the science of anatomy goes along with that. There's a male design and a female design of people's bodies, and if the body matches a design, nothing is wrong with it. No matter what feelings disagree. Boom. So it says. So because I'm trying to understand, I'll say what I've heard by understanding. So the body is sacred and shouldn't be under any circumstances to be changed. Basically, you take what life deals with you and learn to cope with the cards you draw. That's your mind to change to suit your body, and you should never be the other way around, whether it's possible or not. That pretty much the philosophy here. I say, pretty much unless it's a physical health problem. So it's interesting. I'm glad I can at least wrap my head around your viewpoint then. Out of curiosity, is that extend to things like plastic surgery too?